Good evening, people. I am the legend of all Bulldogs, and I approve this message. I came across this station, man, called the Station 365 ENT Kennel, man, and this dude uploaded a video about Kobe and the history of his merle and tri-color and blue-colored Pitbull Terriers. So I thought I'd, just tap in with y'all. Hold on while I get paid.
Keep all your passwords safe.
Like my blunt.
Choose Chrome to safely store your passwords.
Okay, wait. As we can see, Pincher is spotted.
John Pritchard Colby was a significant figure in the history of the American Pitbull Terrier. He dedicated his life to breeding and preserving this remarkable breed. Colby's dogs were known for their strength, intelligence, and unwavering gameness. His breeding program, spanning decades, played a crucial role in shaping the breed standard we know today. Colby's focus was on performance and temperament, not just appearance. He believed in breeding dogs that excelled in both the pit and the home.
Okay, so he focused on temperament, not just appearance. So that's why it's important to make sure us as breeders, that these dogs that we're giving out, we know how they are around kids. We don't want to be American Bulldog breeders and selling people's dogs where they got kids in the house. And American Bulldogs are not good family dogs. So let's think about that, people. What type of dogs are you breeding? And are you making sure your dogs are, associated with, kids and, do they got good temperaments? As a breeder, we got to know what we're pumping out.
Colby's legacy extends beyond his own kennel. Many of today's most respected bloodlines can be traced back to his dogs. His contributions to the breed are undeniable and continue to be celebrated by enthusiasts worldwide. Colby's work serves as a reminder that responsible breeding practices are essential for maintaining the integrity and well-being of any breed. His dedication to the American Pitbull Terrier solidified his place as a legend in the world of dogs.
Like me. Okay, look at that tri-color dog there. See that tri-color dog?
Striking tricolour coat pattern often seen in Colby Pit Bulls is a fascinating example of canine genetics. This pattern characterized...
Okay, that's Mac. That dog right there is Colby's Mac. Alright, people? Pit Bull.
...by a base colour with patches of two other colours is determined by specific genes passed down from parents, an example of canine genetics. This pattern, characterized by a base color with patches of two other colors, is determined by specific genes passed down from parents to offspring. It's important.
Specific genes passed down from parents to offspring, people. So this is what you gotta understand. And I know a lot of people know this. When you take the English Bull Terrier, the EBT, when you take a look at those standard colors, tricolor is the standard color for the English Bull Terrier. Alright? Tricolor is a standard color we know the EBT, the English Bull Terrier. We know this is in the ingredient. We know this is in the ingredient. So let me show y'all. See this? Good with other dogs? No. not recommended. So the pit bull gets some of its animal aggression. I'm not going to say all of it. It gets some of it from the EBT. All right. The AKC recognized this dog in 1885. All right. Now we're going to go to the colors. Black, tan, and white. All right. So Kobe, all he was for his tri-colored dogs like Mac, there was English Bull Terrier was what he started with it. So when you hear people say that there's no tricolour pit bulls, that's a lie.
Important to understand that the presence of a tricolour coat does not indicate a mixed breed. The American Pit Bull Terrier, like...
That just means with the dogs with the tri, that just means they used the tri EBT when they started that pit bull. You gotta understand that, people. And I am the legend of all
like many
Bulldogs,
breeds,
and I
carries a
prove that message.
diverse range of genes that can result in various coat colours and patterns. The genes responsible for coat colour and pattern are inherited independently of those that determine breed characteristics. This means that a pit bull with a tricolour coat is just as much a purebred as one with a solid or brindle coat. The tricolour pattern is simply a visual expression of the dog's genetic makeup. It's crucial to remember that a dog's worth and breed purity should not be judged solely on its coat color.
Okay, and that's big right there. Coat color didn't matter. When you gotta understand, when dog fighting was a sport, color didn't matter. These dudes had 3-time, 25-time winners and shit. So they weren't breeding color. Color, that's show talk. That's new days talk. Because back then, Kobe was going after the winners. He didn't really care for color. And this right here what started off the EBT and the Terrier for this pit bull. And I teach you guys, every bloodline of pit bulls is a different type of Bulldog and Terrier cross. Get that in y'all heads. There is no one way of making a pit bull. There were multiple Bulldogs and Terrier crosses that they started with. As I said, this right here is the EBT and Terrier cross to get this Kobe's Mac. Now this right here, this Kobe's Merle, this I think is Kobe's Red or Merle. I think he had a lot of Merle dogs too. All right, people. And what he was doing with that Merle, the way he started his pit bull was, he took a working Louisiana Catahoula leopard dog, a working one, all right, and he crossed it with a working Terrier, whether it was Jack Russell, whether it was, you know, whatever, some type of any type of terrier, Scottish Terrier, Fox Terrier, Rat Terrier. I don't know, some of these pit bulls got ears that stick up like Rat Terriers because they use Rat Terrier. So what I'm telling y'all is that a pit bull is a blanket term because there's Merle pit bulls too where they use the leopard dog. Some of these pit bulls was made with Rottweiler. Some of them was made with English Bull Terrier. Some of them was made with Doberman Pinscher. Each bloodline, they crossed it with a Bulldog type of dog, a powerful dog, with a smaller, you know, energetic dog. So when you hear people say pit bulls ain't blue, gray, tricolor, or Merle, that's a lie. That person don't know about dogs. That's a new age dog, man, who didn't know what was going on in the 40s, in the 20s, in the 1900s, the early 1900s. That's just some new head that came around when the Pitbull was already designer and it was already in shows. You see, back in the days when they were putting them in the box, they didn't have them color rules. It went off of which one was winning.
The Colby bloodline boasts numerous legendary dogs that have left an indelible mark on the...
Okay. John Colby pictured with his Goldie, a red merle. And there's another one, Goldie. Look at the merle on her. All right? And right behind the dog is a little kid. So you know the dog was only animal aggressive and great with kids. And you know, that's what legends do. Legends make sure that the dog does its job with dogs and does its job with people, but it has to have good temperament or we don't want to breed back to it. Some people are breeding dogs, and the dogs don't know any other people. So he's probably breeding human biters, and he'll never know till he gets them dogs out into a home. But you see this Merle APBT, he was proud of his Merle APBT because we know he was bringing it out and it was winning. And people go, oh, it's not a pit bull, not a pit bull. Pit bull don't go off colors and looks. Pit bull, back in this time with these Merle pit bulls, it went off which one was winning. So let's not get caught up into these masters. I told you guys, numbers don't lie, and this dog was a winner, or he will not breed back to it.
The breed. One such dog was Colby's Pinscher, known for...
Now, when you go look back at Colby's Pinscher, a spotted dog, spotted, pie-colored dog. You know what dogs got spots up under them. Those tick hounds. So this right here, I say this is a tick hound cross. All right. This dog down here is a Catahoula leopard dog cross. Both pit bulls. You know why? Because they were both in the pit and they were acting like a bull. And this is a 20-something time winner. And that's a hound cross. And this is a, you know, the leopard dog is a hound cross too. Both pit bulls, but different ingredients, different sauce.
John Pritchard Colby
Same
was
sauce.
a significant...
Same sauce. Hound and Terrier, but just different ingredients, different seasoning in it.
Figure in the history of the American... These dogs were known for their...
Now this dog right here was a known winner. See, Pinscher, greatest fighting dogs in the world. So when people say this is not a pit bull, don't listen to that guy. That is a person who goes off of show and looks. They don't know about the numbers this dog won in the box and why he was a pit bull. This dog right here started the word pit bull. So you gotta watch who you listen to, people. A lot of these guys, man, they go off shows and show standards. They don't know about that sauce winning number standards. The numbers. That's why I tell you guys, numbers don't lie. Maybe people need to do this more to bring the more gameness back in the dog, all right? And I'm not talking about fighting. I'm just talking about a dog's, like this dog right here, people. Now, we're going to talk about this dog right here. Now, this dog right here, this is the definition of fear, occur. Now, there's a difference between the dog with its tail down and the dog with the tail tucked. This is we're going to use this as a definition. Okay, hold on. Now, do you see this leg doing a 90-degree turn? That's hip dysplasia. Hip dysplasia stature. All right, people? Hip dysplasia. This means non-working. All right? This means non-working dog, people. Should never be bred, should never be worked. Should never be bred, should never be worked. Okay, and another thing I noticed with this dog, the front, it's two Bulldog in the front. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. Okay, do you see the tail tucked all the way underneath? The tail ain't down, it's tucked. Tucked. That's a sign of fear in dogs. That's a sign of submission. Look at that, the dog slipping out on wood. That's not good. That's what my French Bulldog does, who's double jointed like that. That means non-working. The rear should never slip out like that. Look, on a puppy, that's bad. That is a weak rear. The dog should have a straightforward rear, and it should be grounded on the wood, and it should be stiff, and it should not slip out like a Bulldog, French Bulldog. This is not good. Did you see the front? Now look, people, this is genetics here. Now that front, the bow in the front, it shouldn't be like that much on a see that tuck all the way? That's a sign of fear. Tail ain't down, it's tucked, it's curved. You see the dog slipping out? So look, this right here is a sign of dysplasia. When you get the 90-degree bend, the 90-degree bend on the rear, with a 90-degree bend from the knee, terrible. You don't want that. That's dysplasia. That means non-working. And what happens is with these dogs with these turned hips, when they run, everything is forward. Everything is forward. Where the hips go out left or right, and you're making the dog go forward, you're damaging cartilage in the rear. Out of nowhere, this dog is going to begin to limp. He's going to begin to limp. You're going to have to take days off from working him because he's going to be limping. Then you're going to have to take, and work him again. You're going to realize he's limping. And this dog always has an erection. That's priapism, canine priapisma. And it's when the penile gland doesn't fully retract back into the skin. And eventually that dog could bleed out and he'll die. You know? And it might happen from working too, from working them. And this dog should never be worked. He should never be weight pulling. He should never weight pull. He should never do any type of straightforward activity. The only thing this dog should be doing is just walking on a leash around the block. That's it. The only thing this dog is meant to do is to just walk. That's it. This dog should not be in any competitions. None. I mean, absolutely none. On behalf of the tail, on behalf of the priapisma, on behalf of the weak rear, the double jointed rear, and on behalf of the double jointed front, the elbows, the hips, and everything is a no-no for this dog to be a working dog. He is built like my French Bulldog, Mo. Non-working dog, people. And this dog looks like it's got French Bulldog in it. How his tail disappears. Look at that tail. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. I would never breed to that. Look at that. I would never breed to that. The tail's not down. It's all the way under. That's not good. And then the way it sheds, man, that's terrible. That's bad food. When you see the fur coming off like that when you pet your dog, that's what happens when you feed corn. A lot of grains, a lot of corn, dry coat, brittle coat, nothing wet, nothing healthy, just dry fucking fur flaking off. Look at that front. French Bulldog front, non-working, causing damage in the bones. Look at that, the bones, the double joint. You see how the dog keeps bending? That's not good. The dog should be stiff and flexed and should not be slipping out and one leg off the ground. It's not And the fur is, like I'm saying again, that fur is flaking off that dog. This cur, we call these curs on the north. When that tail stays down like that and go all the way underneath and do the rainbow. This is the rainbow bloodline. It's the rainbow pit bull, y'all. The tail do the rainbow. That's what we call curs, man. So when you brush your dog and it flakes off like that, that's when you feed a lot of grain and corn, Family Dollar food. I am the legend of all Bulldogs, and I approve this message. And when dogs is inbred, they look like they've been on the chain for 8 years, and they're only 10 months old. This is genetics. This is a bad breeding here. This would look like it was bred to a American Bulldog the way this bitch standing. Look like a Patterdale Terrier American Bulldog cross. Ain't no damn cowboy. Look at that, the dog slipping out. Weak rear. 90-degree hips. Bent legs. Ain't nothing straightforward about this dog. If I don't indulge in it, but if this dog was to be put in the box, it would have terrible mobility. You don't want muscular, blocky dogs like this, people. You want lean, muscular dogs. You don't want blocky, you know, like a English bulldog, you know, like the cartoon bulldog. 365's Northside legend. The lean, long build would move on this dog, and this dog would have problems keeping up with her because he'd be getting slammed because he has a weak rear and he won't be able to turn. He has a blocky front like the cartoon bulldog. He moves with both feet in the front at the same time. He wouldn't be able to do. It's just, think of this, people. It's like with a look at that tail. That's what you call the rainbow tail, man. That's the definition of a cur. If the tail ain't down, it's curved out. That's curved. And this dog will do that when something that could dance on it. I don't indulge, but when Mo gets into it with Black, Mo can't move like her, and he ends up slipping out, and she ends up, you know, end up picking her up. That's what would happen with this cowboy dog if anything ever happened to him, because of that rear. Look at that weak rear. I have never seen that dog sit down with both legs straight down on the side of him or in front of him. He can't do it. Look at that dog, always slipping out like a French bulldog like a French bulldog. That's not good, man. Man, that's not good. Weak rear, blocky front, bulldog front, boomerang arm front, non-working breed. Non-working breed, people. Non-working breed. This dog should not pull anything because you're just damaging the cartilage. That's why when dogs look like this, they call them non-working dogs. Moron. I am the legend of all Bulldogs, and I approve this message.